Okay, we finally are getting extended gameplay of Blood of the Dawnwalker. This is a 20-minute showcase. I'm so excited for this game. I feel like it has Game of the Year potential for sure. This is from Rebel Wolves. They're a studio that was made up of former devs who left CD Projekt Red after everything that happened with Cyberpunk. And we're like, yeah, let's start our own studio. And you can immediately tell by looking at Blood of the Dawnwalker that this has The Witcher, Blood and Wine all over it. As you see, rated M for mature, 17 plus. So cover your ears if necessary. All right. Music is already crazy.
Hello, my name is
Hello.
Daniel Sadowski and I'm the design director at Rebel Wolves. I would like to welcome you to the Blood of Dawnwalker summer gameplay video. Our game is a story-driven, open-world dark fantasy RPG set in medieval Europe. The game is currently in pre-beta stage, and what we are going to show you is just a part of one of the mid-game quests. It's a really cool story involving legendary swords and a haunted almshouse, but today we'll focus on showcasing our gameplay systems.
So pre-beta, that means it's actually not that far out from a potential release. This could be out next year, maybe 2026.
We're starting on the outskirts of Svatro, the game's largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora. From here, we could head anywhere the eye can see, explore ancient ruins, or sabotage vampire blood transports. But it's not just about where or when you go. It's also about how you approach the main quest and shape the story, making each playthrough uniquely your own.
Ooh, love to see that.
For now, we're following the road. Cohen is on his way to the city's cathedral, chasing leads about a powerful weapon said to be hidden in its crypts. But first, we'll have to deal with some bandits who camped out by the main road. Traveling through Vale Sangora is never boring. The world is dense with quests, random encounters, and locations steep in lore. This will be a great opportunity to show you our combat system.
Ooh.
Our goal was to make the player feel like a real swordmaster who closely observes his enemies.
Oh, this is
Begin
actually
this
cool.
fight by using acrid dust to stun one of the enemies. Now, when you attack, you choose one of 4 directions: up, down, left, or right, in order to hit the opponent where he's unable to parry. And similarly, when defending, you have to take note of the enemy's intent and the direction of the attack. On the left side of the screen, just above Cohen's health, you have activation charges that will be filled in with each successful attack, block, and parry. Once they are full, you can use one of the active abilities which allow you to take a more tactical approach.
Whoever's playing this is getting low-key
We
cooked.
started the fight by throwing some acrid dust. And now let's cast Burning Blood. It's a hex which boils the enemy's blood
Ooh.
and burns their skin, dealing physical damage over time. Alright, time to finish this fight. Let's use the final activation charge to cast the artery attack, which
Damn.
actually decapitated the last opponent. Our hero quickly dispatched the bandits, so let's loot a few items they've left behind and open the inventory.
So right at the bat, I think this is pretty cool. Obviously, it's going to be a learning curve for people who are used to just button mashing in their action RPGs, but I like that there's some actual element of strategy involved and some depth to the combat encounters. So really good for people who love the RPGs, love to like build and expand as the game goes on, and want to be challenged rather than just being on autopilot. That's pretty cool.
First of all, let's replenish our health by eating something. And then take a closer look at this cool-looking weapon we just picked up.
This looks like every other RPG UI I've ever seen.
Than our current weapon, so let's equip it right now. We've also leveled up, so let's use this opportunity to spend the newly acquired skill point in one of Cohen's skill trees.
That's fine though.
The skills in the Blood of Dawnwalker are divided into 3 trees. one for human, one for vampire, and one shared between the two. We also have an active abilities panel. We can use it to unlock additional abilities to use during combat. Note that during the day, the health bar is not regenerating. You need to find consumables like the one we've just eaten. The hexes we've just used also consume some of Cohen's health. Be aware of that. The way our magic system works, there's always a price to pay for manipulating reality. But we can make it sting a bit less.
So you're a
Let's level
vampire.
up the frugal witchcraft
So
skill.
you,
So next time we'll cast a hex, it'll consume fewer of Cohen's
so you passively regenerate at night.
Wrapped up the encounter with the bandits, we can be on our way to get inside the city. Right now, Cohen hasn't done enough to ruffle the vampire lord's feathers, so the gods will just wave us through. But the more damage you cause, the more suspicious and aggressive they'll become. So when you play the game yourself, you'll have to decide whether you want to challenge the vampires openly, or lay low until you're ready to strike and surprise them.
So kind of a chaos system, like how Arcane designs their games, like a designer.
This is the rich district of the city, Silberkreis. There's also Altenmarkt, Neustadt, and the Middens. Each of the boroughs has its own feel and character.
Get your stinking ass out of here. I was just...
This game looks so cool.
I swear. I got tired.
This game was definitely made for me.
Started begging.
Looming high over the city is Brancis's castle, Greifberg. He took it over when he slaughtered the human ruler of the valley, Skender, as shown in the trailer we shared with you earlier in January this year. In order to complete the main quest and save your family, you'll have to storm the castle, alone or with help of friendly NPCs. We could do it right now if we wanted, but it would be super challenging.
He's saying you would get cooked. Fair enough. You are pretty early in the game too. But it's nice that you have the choice. There's no guardrails in place.
Let's check the map. The cathedral is really close. There's plenty of other places to see and things to do here. A couple of inns, a medic, a blacksmith, an armorer, and other merchants. You can see that not only the vampires came out of the shadows. This creature on the right is called an Uriash. Look around, especially at night, and you'll learn humans have lots to fear, not just the vampires.
A lot of detail I'm seeing in the world. Feels fairly lived in. I'm liking what I'm seeing from this. Love the music. The music is such a vibe.
And here we can see guards pounding on some poor guy's doors.
What is it about? Singing songs that mocked him and the faith.
Damn.
Who told you this nonsense? Was it Livia?
Mocking the faith with songs?
It's
Can't have that.
many different community scenes we're implementing in the game. Watch them closely when you play, as they might point you to new quests and hidden treasures, or signal changes in the game's world.
You can't even, if you can't make songs that offend anybody, Kanye West would not do well in this era.
Ouch.
I don't want to say it, Mum.
It's a prayer. It's what we have to say. Go on.
I humbly beg of thee, protect him and protect
Is that the castle?
Okay, we are
cathedral?
at the cathedral gates.
Wow.
Again, since Cohen isn't yet wanted by the vampire regime, and it's daytime, we can simply walk inside.
I want to see what happens when you have a wanted level. Like GTA. What's Vampire wanted level 5 look like?
The baptism of a newborn is a solemn moment, doubly so. A new life joins our flock, bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation.
Got the cuts in the eyebrow.
Natus ex sanguine est.
Gotta max that aura.
Sanguine et in sanguine morietur. Ego te baptizo in nomine Dei.
Strong visuals.
Amen.
Really like the graphics during the cutscenes. And it's in engine too. So it doesn't look that different from the gameplay.
Don't I know you from somewhere, young man? Laslia, maybe?
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken.
Am I? Perhaps. Perhaps. My memory isn't what it used to be. Come with me. I'll take your confession.
Thank you, but I have no need for confession.
Ah. So you deem your conscience clear?
I wouldn't go that far. But I'm sure you're a busy man, Father. So while I appreciate the offer, I feel that my soul shouldn't be your priority.
Gotta feel stronger about your soul.
You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to.
Your soul matters
But
too.
please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent. Myself included. I hope we can speak again soon. Good day to you, Cohen.
Seems like a nice old man.
What we saw right here was just one of many cutscenes we recorded for the game, which smoothly transitioned into a dialogue scene. We use cutscenes to highlight key scenes or showcase interesting bits of lore. Like this blood baptism. Creepy, isn't it?
Very.
The core feature of the Blood of Dawnwalker is the dual gameplay loop. Remember, Cohen may be a human during the day, but he turns into a vampire at night and has a different set of skills at his disposal.
That's such a
And
cool
this
feature.
is just one variable that affects our quests. Depending on when you tackle a particular quest, what choices you've made earlier, whom you befriended, or whom you've angered, your gameplay and story experience will be very, very different.
Love
So
that.
each quest is a complex structure with multiple possible paths leading to the end goal. We maximize players' freedom and agency, offering you a narrative sandbox to play in. I wonder what secrets may be concealed up there, just beyond Cohen's reach. And how do we get there? It's impossible to do during the day, but come night, it's an entirely different story.
Oh,
Let
okay.
us explain what we mean by taking our current quest as an example.
Here we go.
During the day, we got inside the cathedral without any problems, since it's open for all to see and Cohen doesn't yet stand out from the crowd. The scaffolds, though, are outside of his reach. But climbing them won't be a problem for the vampire, who has many more exploration abilities at his disposal. Bear in mind, Cohen has not completed the quest yet. What's more, there are still a few clues to be found in order to solve this story. It's worth mentioning that narrative sandbox also means that we may completely abandon this quest and follow a different path to defeat Brensis.
Ooh.
For today, we're focusing on the gameplay part, so let's see how we could tackle this particular quest during the night. We're starting right after dusk, as a vampire, on the rooftops of Svatro. Right now, we have 22 days left to complete this goal. This counter is always displayed and you will be warned each time it's pushed forward. So you have to be aware of the time, and it's more of a resource you'll be spending than a racing clock.
That's good too. I really like that.
As a vampire, you'll see and experience the world from a different perspective. You can travel quickly and easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Let us show you what we mean.
Let's see
This
them
is
powers.
Shadow Step,
Ooh.
a unique vampiric ability, allowing Cohen to jump to almost any place within his reach. Now, let's take a good look around using the focus mode. This ability highlights objects of interest and loot. And there is something right here.
Gotta have that detective vision.
This time it's just some items to grab, but on other occasions, who knows? You might come across a hidden quest. Looks like our health is quite low. This is because as a vampire, your health bar also represents your hunger level, and you start each night thirsting for blood. Remember, you have to quench this appetite in order to make full use of your vampire abilities, and rein in your monstrous nature around NPCs. Otherwise, you may end up draining someone important, which may lead to unpredictable
Ooh,
consequences.
that's really cool.
We'd better feed then. Maybe on someone who is standing all alone. Like this drunkard. Let's grab him and use Voracious Bite ability. Unless you lose control due to hunger, you get to decide how much blood to drink. You can drain just a bit and knock your victim unconscious, or go all the way and kill them.
Bro just went all the
And
way.
if you're adamant you don't want to hurt innocent humans, you can drink from animals and some other creatures.
Oh, nice. So you could be a Twilight vampire if you want to be.
Finally, we are at the cathedral, but it seems to be closed for the night, and the entrance gate is well guarded. Let's find another way in.
Yeah, I would definitely rather drain. I would definitely rather target people than those poor, adorable animals. Screw people.
Shadow Step is not the only vampiric ability you're gonna learn during your playthrough. Cohen can also use Plane Shift to scale walls and even ceilings smoothly. This will allow us to explore every nook and cranny of the cathedral.
How much distance can you cover with that? Oh, pretty good.
Better be quiet. Is that Boyer's Xanthe? What the hell is she doing here?
That enhanced hearing. The enhanced hearing.
Is that a ritual for the blood gods? They're covering up the old paintings. Why? One of the workers must have left it. Seems that the cathedral complex is quite big. The main building, cloisters, inner courtyard. The entrance to the crypt could be anywhere. Won't get anything done just standing around. Still.
This was a scene investigation, a mechanic we used to zoom in on and showcase key clues. This time we had a chance to learn more about the vampire's plans. Looks like they're keen to cover up the old frescoes, so that's something we could take a look at. This way we could learn more about the cathedral's past. Looks like we aren't alone here. Underneath us there's a group of blood guards, soldiers hooked up on vampire blood, which makes them stronger, and one of Brances's vampire allies. It's Xanthe, the oldest vampire in Vale Sangora, and quite a powerful lady. Let's descend and check what's going on.
About to see some vampire combat.
Don't think I don't see you skulking in the shadows. Come out.
Yeah, he wasn't very subtle there.
You're interfering with my task. Who are you?
It doesn't matter.
Very well. I don't have time for interruptions. Let us dispose of him. Quickly.
There we go.
You've withstood it. Fascinating.
Cohen is using his claws to attack when in vampire form. Blood guards are dual-wielding opponents. Their attacks are pretty strong. Of course, even when fighting with claws, combat is still directional. Don't worry, Cohen can still use his sword as a vampire.
But why would? Oh my god, he's so much faster though.
Only after defeating all 3 of the Blood Guards, Xanthi deems Cohen worthy of a challenge, and she descends to face him. She uses her blood control powers to cast a multitude of attacks, like her blood whips, that hit Cohen from left and right. Xanthi is protected by a powerful vampire ability. Once her stamina runs out, Cohen will have an opportunity to strike and deal some damage. But be careful, cause Xanthi
So much damage.
will counterattack, and she will also try to restore her blood. Meanwhile, look at the indicator just below her health and stamina. It's a timer for the boiling blood skill that you've seen in the CGI trailer. So, if we don't hurry, the timer goes down to 0, and Cohen will eventually explode. And
Damn.
we're dead. Remember, we were only mid-game here, and Xanthi is one of the game's most punishing enemies. Defeating her right here and right now is very much possible, but it would be hellishly difficult. A fun challenge for hardcore players.
Skill issue.
Otherwise, we could load the game and explore the cathedral without drawing her attention. Or try to get to her while she's not surrounded by bodyguards. Xanthi, like all other vampire allies, has her own questline. Explore it, and you can learn more about her past, motivations, and maybe even try to reason with her.
Damn, yeah. 2026, yeah, 2026 already is crazier than than 2025. And 2025 was supposed to be one of the best years for gaming. So next year we're going to have what, GTA 6, Blood of the Dawnwalker, probably Wolverine, Rise of Hydra. This is going to be insane. I absolutely am all in on Blood of the Dawnwalker. This is exactly the type of game I was hoping for. I've been needing a fix ever since Fable 2 that hasn't quite been scratched yet, and this looks like it could be a contender for sure. True open world action RPG with vampires. Like seems like a legit choice system. I love this. It's not on rails. You can fight hard bosses whenever you want. This is really cool. Because one of the things I didn't like about main thing I didn't like about Baldur's Gate was the combat, but this looks like it incorporates that, sandbox narrative system that Baldur's Gate 3 was so great at, but with combat that I actually will enjoy. So, and vampire. So I'm all in on this. I cannot wait to play Blood of the Dawnwalker next year. This is going to be great.